All right, so I want to go over how this site right here went from around 18 to 40,000 in monthly organic search traffic just with SEO. I want to go over the what, the why, like how things were done, why they were done, and exactly step by step what they did so you can copy it. And at the end, I want to give you access to these 3 free courses so you can learn even more on exactly what was done to achieve such results. So the very first thing is, of course, okay, so this is great, but what niche is this in? And so the niche of the website is a large workout supplements company. So this is based in Canada. So basically they sell a physical product, in specific a supplement. So a very competitive market. If you don't know, the supplements and the health market is extremely competitive. Okay, so again, they're brand based off of Canada. Okay, and so before I dive in here to the graph a bit more, I want to go over what was actually done, because what actually the what and the why, because you cannot learn the what without knowing the why. So very first thing what was done was an holistic SEO approach. And what I mean by holistic is tackling down the 3 pillars of SEO. And I've talked about this before, but what these are on page, off page, and technical SEO. Now you cannot succeed, right? You cannot see these results if you're just focusing on page or just off page or just technical. Okay. Now, a bit of an overview. What is on-page SEO? So on-page is every single thing that happens on the site. So for example, in this case, right, on-page SEO, it's the content you write, what you write, how you write, when you post, how you post. So newly written, what we call fresh content that's relevant, right? Also, right, UI and UX optimizations for conversion rate optimization, because you can have the best article in the world. You can have an article with a cure to cancer, right? But if it's just a big like wall of text, nobody will read it. So you got to optimize the content, right, to drive sales, because the end goal of all this, right, the end goal of all this traffic is to make money, right? And if this traffic isn't converting, right, if this traffic, for example, is like reading the blog posts, reading the pages and not buying, that's an issue. So we want to make sure that we write the content in a way that leads them to taking an action, right? That's where UI, UX, and conversion rate optimizations come in, right? This is all around on-page SEO stuff, okay? Then, of course, we have the updating of the old and existing content, because a lot of times people think, okay, I have this traffic, right? This is great. I'm just going to be publishing more and more and more and more content to see results. Now, not necessarily, right? Because you can update existing old content published down here, for example, and make it relevant for today's times. And this will also rank higher, right? And so don't think you just have to update and keep pumping out new content. Not necessarily. You can have like a really great piece of content written in the past that you can just freshen up with new links, new ideas, new images, new videos that can help you increase in traffic as well. So both writing new content and updating existing one. Then in terms of off page, we have, of course, link building. Now, again, I'm going to give you access to a course that breaks down every single thing in terms of link building, like what are links, how to build them, what links to build, what links not to build. I'll leave a link down below in the description. It's one of these 3. And what you want to know mainly for link building is you got to focus on 2 things, relevancy plus power, right? So if this is a site, and this is a site for large work supplement company, right? We don't want links coming in from car sites or bicycle sites or boats or non-relevant things, right? Even though they might be very powerful, ideally we want to combine power with relevancy, okay? So these guys, and I'll go over it in a second here, what they did is they built backlinks that were both powerful and relevant, right? In specific, they built around 5 to 6 DR40 plus links per month from February to June. Okay, DR40 DR is a metric according to Ahrefs. Ahrefs is a tool. That this screenshot right here is from Ahrefs, and DR stands for domain rating, and it's this tool's metric for classifying how powerful a domain is. And in theory, the higher the DR, the more powerful the domain. So building 5 to 6 DR plus links per month was a good thing. Now, of course, you cannot blindly rely on metrics, because these metrics can be easily manipulated, and it's something I talk about in these courses right here, okay? Now, finally, of course, as I mentioned before, you cannot succeed in SEO just with this or with this or with this. You got to focus on the 3 pillars, right? And the technical SEO pillar is as important as the off-page and as the on-page. And technical optimizations are, for example, speed, meta tags, schema. And let me give you an example, right? Where you can nail down, you can have the best on-page, best off-page, but then if your site is super slow, you can even be like ranking number 1, right? And all your competitors down here, right? People click your site, right? But then it takes ages to load, they'll just go off of it and click the second result. And if people do this enough, eventually this will swap and you're going to be going down, down, down. Okay, so just a simple example to prove to you that this is as important as this, okay? Now, with that out of the way, and again, if you want more context on all this, I'm going to leave links for these 3 free courses down below in the description. This one is basically an in-depth overview on off-page SEO, so link building, how to build links, what not to build, what to do, anchor text rotations, all this stuff. So I'll leave a link down below in the description. This is almost a 1-hour course. This is more of an holistic approach to SEO. So SEO with AI. You learn on-page, off-page, and technical SEO by applying AI to it. This is, I think, a 2-hour course. And this one, almost a 3-hour course. It is, again, holistic SEO without AI. Okay, so I'm giving you all the options right here. So again, I'll leave links for this down below. You can access it for free for more context. Now, how was the work on here done? So first things first, right? What they did is they were pushing out at least 1 to 10 pieces of content per week. Now, I specifically wrote here pieces of content because they were not just pumping out blog posts. So pieces of content can be blog posts, right? But it can also be money pages, right? And what I mean by money pages, which we'll dive in here in a second, this can be product pages, service pages, feature pages. So for example, in these guys' case, right, they sell physical products, right, supplements. So when you're producing content, this traffic isn't just related with blog post pages. This is traffic to the homepage, to the services page, to the product pages, right, to the feature page. For example, you have a software company, right? You can build out feature pages. If you have a local business, right, you can build out services pages. In these guys' case, for actual physical products, they build out product pages. They re-optimize the product pages. They added more content. So again, that's why I have it here, updating existing content on the blog and on all these money pages. So 1 to 10 pieces of content a week, right? Blog posts, money pages, and of course, both updating blog posts and existing money pages too. Okay, so this is what they did. Also, they repurposed old content. So, sorry, they did not repurpose old content. That's my fault. But they could have done this if, for example, they had some maybe video content on YouTube. They could convert those videos into actual blog posts. You can use a tool like Journalist AI to do it. My point here is that this could be yet another leverage to be producing and converting more and more content, because not everyone watches videos and not everyone reads blog posts. So if you're producing a certain type of content in video, right, and you want to make sure that people only read stuff, also get the value off of that, right, you convert the video into blog posts. Okay, so that's a little tip right here. Then again, 5 to 6 backlinks per month, right, every single month. From January to February, they built backlinks, so they built up the authority in the niche, right? Because with backlinks, right, and they work as an authoritative signal to Google, right? If they see this brand, right, they're creating new content, they're becoming more relevant for supplements, health-related stuff, right? Google can trust this brand because, I mean, they seem to be trustworthy in the content they're producing. People are liking it, sharing it. And on top of that, other authoritative, trustworthy sources are linking out to them, right, are building backlinks to them, right? It is yet another signal that, okay, Google, I'm going to trust what these guys are doing because, again, producing content, people linking out to them, I'm going to rank them higher. And backlinks are a great way to make your site be even more trustworthy in Google's eyes. That's why backlinks work so good. And that's why right here they went from 18,000 in monthly organic search traffic to 32,000, and I mean 40,000 at the peak, right? And the website, as I said before, got a large amount of growth in a short amount of time, as you see here, right, from the backlinks they built, right? They had a slight dip, as you see here, in August 2024, right? Because of a Google update, right? As this is a large, well-known brand, it's likely just a temporary dip. But the point here is that backlinks helped, but backlinks alone won't help, right? It's backlinks, content, and technical stuff, okay? And so, of course, that's why I say technical optimizations. Now, in terms of how you'd go about doing something like this, yeah, you have your homepage right here. And this is exactly what they have, right? And then, in this case, you have these services pages. Actually, let's call them money pages, which again, these are pages with clear calls to action. Could be product pages, service pages, feature pages if you're a software business. All these pages, right? The product page is just a page, right, with a product and a big buy me now button with, of course, a bit more context. Same thing for service pages, same thing for feature pages, right? It's showing off pages, right? And a money page converts at a much higher rate than a blog post page. Now, this is not to say that with your blogs, right, you should have like the image, right, the whole blog post, and at the end, have a call to action to your product, right? Even in the middle of the article, right? Don't just use blog posts as just plain blogs. No, make sure that the goal, because again, the end goal of all this traffic is to convert as much of it into money as possible. So you got to add calls to action in as many places as you can. That's exactly what they did by building out these blog posts. Now, unfortunately, I cannot share the client site for privacy reasons, but just know that this is exactly what they did, right? They built this topical authority, they built all these blog posts, they updated existing blog posts with relevant content for the niche that they're targeting, right? They link these blog posts to the relevant money pages, the relevant products, right? And eventually they were able to build out this more and more authority in Google's eyes, while building backlinks to the homepage, while building backlinks to the money pages, while building backlinks to the blog post pages, and all this contributed to the growth you see here. Again, step-by-step link building, content writing and updating existing content, and keeping an eye for technical SEO optimizations. Now, I know this sounds super simple, and it is simple, right? You probably understood what I'm saying here. Now, it is simple, it isn't easy, right? All this is simple, it is not easy. Now, to make it, for me to make sure, or I guess to make sure that it is a bit easier on you, right? Again, I'm going to give you access to all these courses right here, which give you a bunch more context and in-depth overview of all the nuance that's here. Because yes, I can only do so much in these short videos, but there's a lot of nuance behind this, right? Why 5 to 6 backlinks? What type of links? What type of anchors, right? Do I like steal the competitor's backlinks and then copy into mine, right? What type of content do I produce? How do I do keyword research? How do I update existing content? All this like nuanced stuff is more or less explained here, and I'll be adding more and more stuff right here. But just know that SEO it can be one of the biggest growth drivers for your business. And the good thing about SEO is that it is evergreen, right? So unlike ads, right? You can spend money on ads to get this traffic, but as soon as you turn off the ad machine, as soon as you stop paying Google for ads, your traffic goes to zero. This doesn't happen with SEO, right? SEO is more or less constant, and your traffic won't drop to zero overnight. Yeah, there can be dips, there's ups and downs, but once you get it to a certain point, it's going to stay there and either stagnate or increase, right? And of course, if you keep on doing good stuff, good SEO, and follow the best practices, it will increase over time, right? As Google trusts your brand more and more. So yeah, that's it. Check these links down below in the description. It gives you a bunch more context. If you want to buy these exact backlinks, I'll leave a link also in the description where you can buy these backlinks. Thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, and comment in the video any single videos you want to see me record. I can do anything related with SEO. I can do more case studies. I can do more breakdowns. Let me know in the comments because I record stuff based on what you want. Cheers, take care, and I'll see you on the next one.